Welcome to the Maryborough Health Club stretching page. We're going to have a look at some stretches that we can do, and these are for all levels. Some people stretch for different reasons. You might do it to get ready for exercise and do it as a warm-up, and this will be a bit more dynamic and you'll hold it for less. You want to do it as a cool down after exercise, and to loosen out your body, you're going to hold the stretches for slightly longer. We're going to do a session whereby we hold it for 10 to 15 seconds, and this is just a general well-being stretching class. If you want to do it for mobility, you're going to hold these stretches for slightly longer, and you can hold them for up to 30 seconds. You should never stretch into pain. You're always going to stretch at a level that's suitable for yourself. So if you ever feel discomfort or pain, you stop immediately, and as I say, stop doing anything that's causing pain. Upper body stretches. We're going to start off with the neck and then do some for the shoulders and the pecs. So first one is the neck side bend. So we're going over to one side, keeping this opposite shoulder level, so don't allow it to come up. And we're trying to bring this ear as close to this shoulder as we can and hold it then for 10 seconds. Nice and gently back up to the center, and then we're going to repeat on the other side. So again, keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Bring that ear as close to the shoulder as you can and hold it for 10 seconds. Nice and gently back up to the center. Next one then, we're going to do the neck twist. So we're keeping our shoulders nice and square, turning our head to one side, and we're attempting to get our chin as far over our shoulder as we can. Hold it for 10 seconds, and then nice and gently back into the center. Again, what we do on one side, we repeat on the other side. So again, keep the shoulders facing forwards. Bring that chin as far over the second shoulder as you can, and hold it for 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And then nice and gently back into the center. Next one is that we're going to bring our chin all the way down to our chest. We're trying to touch just chest if we can. Hold it for 10 seconds. Back up to the center, and then we're going to bring our chin as far up towards the ceiling as we can. Hold it there for 10 seconds also. 3, 2, 1. Nice and gently back to the start. We're going to do shoulder rotations. So we're starting off with our shoulders nice and relaxed. We bring them up, and then we bring the shoulders forward, and we make as big a circle with our shoulders as we can. Nice and slow, so we're not going too fast, and we're concentrating on as big a circle as we can. Do 10 in one direction. 2 more, and then back to the center, and then we're going back the opposite way. So again, nice big circles with the shoulders. You're trying to get as big a circle as you can, getting as much rotation as you can. 2 more. Excellent. Bringing our hand across our chest, and then we're using the opposite hand to just push it along, and we look over our opposite shoulder. Just a stretch of the shoulder. Nice and gently back into the center. Then you're going to swap hands, and you're going to do the same on the opposite side. So again, just sliding that elbow in front, and holding it there for 10 seconds. Just go as far as you can comfortably go. 3, 2, 1. Back into the center. And next we're going to do the tricep stretch. So the tricep is the back of the arm, so we're starting out with one hand up over the top. We're going to catch our elbow then, and then nice and gently draw the elbow into the center. I want to feel it stretch all the way down the back of the arm, triceps. Excellent, well done. And then the same on the opposite side. And just go as far as you can comfortably go and hold it there, hold that stretch. And nice and gently down there. Next we're going to do a stretch for the pecs at the front. So standing up nice and tall. We're going to keep our shoulders nice and relaxed on this one. And then we're going to raise our hands up behind and hold it there for 10 seconds. So you want to feel the stretch on the front, on the pecs at the front. And again, just hold it there nice and gently. 3, 2, 1, and release that. That concludes the upper body section. The next stretches are for the trunk, the middle of the body. First one is a standing side bend. We're going to stand with our feet shoulder width apart, slight bend in the knees, so good strong athletic stance. Starting out with our hands on our sides. One comes up to the top and then we bend over to one side, going as far as we can comfortably go, feeling a nice long stretch from the hip all the way up to our shoulder. Holding that then for 10 seconds. Nice and gently coming back up to the center, and then we're going to swap hands and we're going to do the same on the opposite side. Again, bending over as far as we can go, reaching as far over as we can with our top hand, holding it for 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, back to the center. Trunk rotation. So for this exercise, or for this stretch, we're going to lie down flat on the floor. We're going to use a towel to support our neck if we have a tight neck. Our hands are out to our side to keep us stable. And we're going to have our knees bent up and our knees together. What we're going to do is we're going to allow our knees fall to one side, keeping the opposite shoulder flat on the floor, holding that position in for 10 seconds. Nice and gently, then you're coming back up to the center and over to the opposite side. Again, the idea is to go as far as you can comfortably go, feeling the stretch, and hold it for 10 seconds. Nice and gently back up to the starting position. The child's pose. So we're going to sit back onto our heels, as far as we can comfortably go. With our hands then we're going to creep out. What we're trying to do is we're trying to go and bring our elbows as close to the floor as we can, while also bringing our forehead as close to the floor as we can too. We're going to breathe in twice while we're in this position. We're going to breathe in and imagine that your breath is going into your lower back. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to move to one side, so bringing both hands off the mat, back down and breathe in twice here again. So breathe in and breathe out, and breathe in, and breathe out. Back into the center, and then over to the opposite side. So again, stretch those hands as far away as you can, and bring the elbows to the floor, and breathe in again, and breathe out, and breathe in, and breathe out. Then back into the center to finish off. Breathe in and breathe out, and breathe in and breathe out. Back up to the start. Cat and dog stretch. We're going to start out in a box position, so our wrists are directly under our shoulders, our knees are directly under our hips, our face is parallel to the floor. We're going to draw our belly button in, and then we're going to arch our back all the way up towards the ceiling, and
and get as much of an arch on the back as we can. Hold it for 5 seconds, and then we're going to dip down, and we're going to get our head and our tail as close to the ceiling as we can. Again, hold for 5 seconds, come back up, push all the way up to the ceiling, and then dip all the way back down again. And back to the starting position. Back extension. So this is a stretch to loosen out the lower back. So you're going to start by lying face down on the mat. Your hands are up in the kind of press up position. What we're going to do is we're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, then we're going to lift our head and shoulders up off the floor and hold as high as we can go. Holding for 10 seconds, breathing all the way through, keeping your hips onto the floor, and then nice and gently return back to the floor. The full body or longitudinal stretch. So we're lying flat on the floor. We're going to let our legs go down onto the floor. We're going to raise our hands up and we're going to extend them over our head. Go as far as you can comfortably go. What we're aiming to do then is we're aiming to push our feet as close to the far wall and our hands as close to the opposite wall. So we're going in essence like as if we're on a stretch rack and we're stretching out far as we can go. We're going to hold that then for 10 seconds. Breathing all the way through. And nice and gently then all the way back to the starting position. And just bend the knees up to take the pressure off the lower back. Advanced standing quad stretch. So this is for our quads. So if you need to hold on to something, hold on to this. In the advanced stretch, we're going to bring the knee back and then we're going to pull up as close as we can to our backside. Keeping a slight bend in the standing leg. Your knee is behind the opposite knee. In the normal stretch, we will keep the knees together. In this advanced one, we're going to bring the knee back. Relax back down. You're going to swap over sides. Again, bring that knee back. Slight bend in the standing leg, still stay up nice and tall, and pull that heel in as close to the backside as you can. So you get a higher up stretch on the quad. Hold it for 10 seconds, then nice and gently return to the starting position. Quad stretch. We're going to stretch out the front of our legs. We can hold on to the wall or hold on to the back of the chair if needed. We're going to bring our heel up towards our backside. We're going to stay up nice and tall. Slight bend in the standing leg, keeping our knees together. We're then going to pull that heel in as close to the backside as we can. So staying up nice and tall, getting a nice good long stretch into your quads at the front of your thigh. Hold it for 10 seconds. Then nice and gently back to the floor. And we're going to repeat on the opposite side. So again, slight bend in the standing leg, stay up nice and tall, and then pull that heel in as close to the backside as you can. Get a nice long stretch into the quads at the front, and hold it for 10 seconds. Remember to hold on to something if your balance isn't too good. Standing hamstring stretch. So what we're going to do is we're going to imagine that we're sitting on a bar stool, so both our knees bent. Bring one leg out front, bring the toe up towards the shin, and then keeping up our back nice and straight, we're going to hinge forward at the waist until we feel a nice long stretch into our hamstring at the back. You do not want to bend your back, so keep your back nice and straight. And just go as far as you can until you feel that nice long stretch into the hamstring. When you're ready then, back up to the center. So we'd sit on the bar stool again. Opposite leg goes forward this time. Toe towards the shin. And then keeping that back nice and straight, Again, hinge forward at the waist, keeping that leg straight and feeling that stretch into the hamstring. Hold it for 10 seconds, and when you're ready then, back up to the center again. These exercises are good mobility for the lower joints. So the first one is the ankle circles. So standing up on one leg, toe out to the center, and you're trying to draw as big a circle with your toe as you can. And you go 10 in one direction, and then 10 back the opposite direction. If you need balance, just use the back of a chair, use the wall, use a table, whatever is available. Do 10 circles in one direction, and then 10 back the opposite way. I'm going to do the same with the knees. So, feet together, knees bent, fingertips to the knees, and we're going to do 10 circles in one direction. Excellent. And then back to the center and back the opposite way then for another 10. Back up to the center. Going to do the same with our hips. So again, we're standing feet hip width apart, and what we're trying to do then is make as big a circle with our hips as we can. Really help to loosen out that joint. We'll do 10 in this direction, and then 10 back the opposite direction. Back to the lying glute stretch. So we're going to start out, 2 legs bent up, we're going to bend one leg down. The opposite leg then we're going to catch in under our knee, and what we're going to do is we're going to nice and gently pull that knee in as close to the chest as we can. We're going to hold that position for 10 seconds. If your neck is tight, make sure that you fold up a towel to place under your head for comfort. So keep that pulled in as tight as you can for 10 seconds. Release back down to the floor. Bring the second knee up. Put that opposite leg down. And then do the same on the opposite side. So always catching under your knee. Take pressure off of your knee joint. Pull that knee in as close to the chest as you can. Breathe away as normal. And when 10 seconds are up, relax back to the floor. Bring that second knee up. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the 2 legs this time. So again, catching under both knees. We're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, then we're bringing our head and shoulders all the way up. Relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. Holding there then for 10 seconds. And release down. Bring the head back to the floor. Bring the feet back flat to the floor also. This is the advanced pigeon stretch. So we're going to start off by bringing one leg forward. Our leg is straight back. We're going to then gradually come down closer to the floor. And walking the hands out, bringing the head close to the floor. A nice stretch, especially after a run. To advance the stretch, just walk onto the toe, help to increase the stretch. Hold it for 10 seconds. When you're ready then release the knee back down, back up to the starting position. I'm going to swap over, the same on the opposite side. Again, nice and gently, coming down into the stretch. Nice long stretch. Increase the stretch by going up onto the toe and holding for 10 seconds. Release the knee back down and then come back up to the starting position. Lower body stretches. Standing calf stretch. Take one big step backwards. Keep the back heel on the floor. Keep that back leg straight. Stay up nice and tall. Then bend the front leg until you feel a stretch into the calf at the back. Try and keep your toes pointing forward and parallel. And remember to keep that back heel on the floor at all times. Hold it for 10 seconds. And then nice and gently come back to the center. Step back with the opposite leg. Same thing, keep that back leg straight. Keep the heel on the floor. And bend the front leg until you feel a stretch into the calf at the back. Staying up nice and tall. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Keep those toes pointing forward and parallel. Nice and gently back to the center. The advanced lying hamstring stretch. Start out lying on your back. Put one leg flat on the floor. Bend the other up so that the knee is at 90 degrees out of the hip. Support the leg with both hands from there. Start by drawing the toe towards the shin and then extending that heel up towards the ceiling. Go as far as you can go. Feel that stretch into the hamstring and hold it there then for 10 seconds. If it starts to shake, just take it off slightly and remain in that position. After 10 seconds, back down to the starting position, swap over sides, do the same on the opposite side. So again, knee out of the hip at 90 degrees, toe towards the shin, and then extend all the way up towards the ceiling. You might find that one hamstring is tighter than the other. You may want to do extra stretches on the tight one. Nice and gently back to the starting position. Bend both knees back up. Calf stretch. You can use a step or the step on the stairs for this. Step up onto the step with both feet. Make sure that the standing leg is fully on the step. Place the other leg approximately 1/3 down the step. Keeping the back leg straight. What we're going to do is we're going to drop our back heel towards the floor. This gives a nice long stretch into the gastrocnemius, which is the big bulky part of the calf muscle. Hold that for 10 seconds. And when you're ready, then come back up nice and gently. I'm going to do the same on the opposite side. So again, first foot fully on the step, second foot 1/3 on the step, and then keeping the back leg straight. Dip that heel back down towards the floor. Hold that position then for 10 seconds. Nice and gently back out of it. This time we're going to start it off in the same position, but we're going to bend our knee, and we're going to keep this knee bent. And what we're doing is we're trying to dip our heel back down towards the floor, and this gives us a lower stretch down lower into the Achilles tendon area of the calf. Back up to the center. Same on the opposite side then. Bend that knee, bend both knees, and drop that heel down as close to the floor as you can while keeping a bend in that knee. You feel the stretch lower down in the calf muscle. Nice and gently back up and standing back up on the step.